It's time for a new tier list. 10.2.5. There's been quite a bit of changes since the last one we did, which has been a few months now. And yeah, it's time to make a new one, updated. Mainly soul shuffle in mind, but also general PvP. I would say 75% focus on shuffle, but 25% also influenced by other things as well. Let's dive into this and get it going. All right, guys, let's start with Mage. And since Seavark is here, the multi-rank one Arcane god himself, we're gonna start with Arcane Mage. And you know, me and Seavark usually are fairly in agreement. Like usually I place Arcane and you know he agrees with it somewhat. And he's at high A for Arcane. You know what? I agree with that. I think Arcane it's a tough spec to play. I've played some Arcane myself. It's pretty brutal, but in the right hands, it's really, really good overall. You see it a bunch in the AWC with the Arcane, Outlaw, Argent meta. In Shuffle, not as much necessarily, but you know, it's more of a niche spec. There's no hiding that, but it's a good spec. It's a very, very strong spec. Not quite S tier, but you know, it's almost there. So putting Arcane higher A tier. Frost Mage. The thing about Frost, like, for me, personally, I do way better on Frost and Arcane. When it comes to like the actual like true viability of it, maybe it's right under Arcane. I feel like Frost is really good, but probably middle of A tier. I think Frost is pretty good, guys. It's solid. I think it's more of a mid A tier kind of spec. And I'm gonna say this as well early on, guys. In a best case scenario, in a perfect world, everything is A tier. A tier is good, but not too good, but not and not too weak either. So ultimately, everything goes A tier. So the more an A, the better. And I think Frost Mage is a spec that goes kind of more of the middle of the pack. Keep in mind, to the left is high, to the right is low within that tier. Okay. Fire Mage. I think it's horrible. I don't, but it's not going A tier. B, I think is a B tier spec. I've seen like some people play it a bit recently, but there's a reason you don't really see it at all, right? It's because in reality it's not all that good. Probably okay. Probably like, maybe like middle of the B tier. I guess that's Mage done. Now let's start with Sub. So Sub is a spec that I think Outlaw might be better right now, man. Like overall, Sub is like also a niche spec. It used to work really well for like high-end solo shuffle, but like now you don't really see that much of that either. I think maybe Outlaw is kind of taking the crown of rogue specs out. Don't get me wrong, Sub can work great in certain scenarios. I would say it's more niche. I think Sub Rogue is gonna sneak in a higher B. Okay, now for Outlaw Rogue. It's not S tier. To me, it's probably somewhere similar to Arcane Mage. Somewhere in that kind of ballpark. I'll put it probably like a bit higher in the A tier. Somewhere in there. Again, like I said, it's mainly focused on Shuffle, but it's not only Shuffle. I would say it's kind of general. It's like a general PvP tier list. But I do a lot of Shuffles. It's kind of what is going to be influenced by the most. But, you know, also do a lot of 2s. Played quite a bit of 3s recently. Watched the AWC. So I'm trying to kind of make it as general as possible. But you kind of have to take your info from somewhere. And for me, it's Shuffle that I mainly do. I don't know, actually. I'm kind of torn on Us and Sub a little bit here, guys. Because, of course, it depends on the scenario. I think in Shuffle Sub, probably maybe I should sneak in high A. Just because of the potential setup it can do. In Shuffle, Asa's, you know, not really all that hot. Actually, you guys, we'll go for this. I said it's more focused on Shuffle, and we're going to go with that. It's going to sneak up in low A. It will. A rule of making tier lists is there must always be one spec in F tier. You know, there must always be one F tier spec. What is that, right? And I think it still needs to be Frostgate, even though, like, they do have some type of utility. And I think you could easily argue that they could be C or, like, B or whatever, but F tier. I actually don't think AUG is that bad, though. It's not good, but I think if anything is F for Frost. I believe we're going to put it there, guys. Okay, Unholy DK, a spec that used to be... I mean, it was S for quite some time. At this point, I think it's kind of calmed down a bit. It's still really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's strong. It's strong. I think it's like one more of those specs. A tier, solid, not too good, not too weak. Is viable. You face it quite a bit in all brackets. And yeah, it's good. It's good. You know, let's just do DH. Let's just get DH out the way. Guys, DH, even though I struggled on mine today, but to be fair, only into other DH. We face other DH every day or all day. And we lost every mirror because I'm so bad at DH. But that's beside the point. DH is the most played melee by far. It's not even close, okay? They're going S tier. Yeah. Let's go with Warlocks, guys. Man, Warlocks, I had him really high. I don't know. It's got 1,400 plus. No, 1,800 plus. Yeah, so Warlocks is a spec that I put really, really highly for a long time. Or like at least last tier list. And I believe it's going to be true for most brackets as well. Yeah. I think Destro Demo, very similar viability. Like, both are really up there. I think maybe one of them sneak into S and one is high A. I agree. I think Destro sneaks S tier. I think Demo is higher in the A tier. And it seems like also like this is kind of what the ladder is showing as well. So that's a pretty fair placement there. Affliction is not played a whole lot. I think it's a B tier spec. I think it's not horrible, but it's not it's either, you know? It's not. It's going middle of B tier, guys, for now. Guys, BM, I swear, BM is insane. No, like, BM is crazy. I used to enjoy facing BM on my Feral Druid because like I can cleave him. I can do the most damage ever. But now, this is probably one part because Feral's so squishy, but also because BM just cranks so much damage. I feel like MM is higher B tier. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. But if I have to rank the 300 specs, I'm going BM, Survival, MM. If I'm going to pick like 100 spec to face on any of my characters now, I'm going with MM. A bit lower in the A tier. I think Survival is actually in a fairly similar spot to Feral Druid in some ways. Maybe a bit better off in the sense that you're not going to get trained down like every game like Feral Druid. But yeah. Dude, Ret's a spec. It's one more of those. I think it's similar to Unholy. It's viable. It's good. You can do pretty much anything with it. Maybe not PvP so much. Putting it light here. Yeah. I like that placement right there, man. That's good. Guys, Holy Pala. Dude, Holy Pala? I mean, arguably, one of the better healers right now. Let's actually see, like, the representation of Holy Pala. There's a lot of Holy Palas, man. Guys, there is a lot of Holy Palas out there. I think maybe it's a bit more of an NA thing than EU thing. No, actually, same on both. Holy Pala, you face a lot nowadays. And I've seen them do, like, 6-0s a lot. I think just today we had a Holy Pala 6-0 on my Pharaoh. I think there's one healer that's S tier. Spoiler, it's not Holy Paladin. Yeah, we'll go with that. And yeah, I think we all know what healer is going to go in S tier, which we're going to get to soon, though. Devastation, man, has seen a massive uprising. You see it like in the AWC now. You see it in quite a bit of shuffles. In threes, a lot in threes. Devastation is insane. They're still quite squishy. I think they work better in like a coordinated environment, like threes more than shuffle. But I believe we're gonna put them maybe higher higher A tier, man, overall. They do big damn. Like, dude, oof, man. They crank hard. Aug fell off. It fell off hard. You see it sometimes. A little bit, maybe. Again, stats, it doesn't paint the whole picture. But it's still nice to, like, have that in mind. But I think Aug is going to fill out the C tier, man. Preservation Evoker. I actually have a Preservation Evoker. It's the least played healer in Shuffle. And I can say from personal experience, it's freaking rough, man. I don't think it's horrible. But we're going to put a B tier, okay? It's tough. So SP, I think, has had a bit of a come up in recent times. It's not amazing. Not amazing. But I actually had a SP in quite a few shuffles today. I had Frostfy and then one other guy on like fairly high MR. Like 260 MR. It seems fairly good. I think high B tier. High B. I feel like Holy Paladin, Disc, Mistweaver are like fairly close. And then you have the Arsham, the Holy Priest, and you know, something like that. And then Preservation last. They're pretty good. I think it's like kind of somewhere here. Somewhere here, man. Okay, Holy Priest. I like Holy Priest. I like playing with Holy Priest. When it comes to like scoring it for, you know, a shuffle focus tier list, I think it probably has to go in the B tier. I think what we've seen too in like the AWC in coordinated scenarios, right? Like Holy Bang with the Windwalker Sub-Rogue Holy Priest or the Fiends with Sub-Rogue Survival Holy Priest. Like in more coordinated scenarios, it can be great with the CC brings, the on-demand CC. In Shuffle, it's going to struggle more. I think it's better than Preservation Evoker, but I'll put it somewhere here. Enhancement Shaman. They used to have their one-shot going for them, but like now, they don't really have that either. I think Shaman's going higher C tier. Like, Enhance. I think so, man. I think you can make Enhance work in very specific scenarios, right? Play Turbo Cleave 3s. It's going to do pretty well, but in general, not the best. Ellie Shaman, guys. Ellie is pumping. I love having Ellie on my team. Shaman's in general too, like with the wind share, grounding, friggin' burrow, knockback. Like, Ellies are so disruptive, and they also bring the crazy damage to the table. And I think they're gonna sneak in like right here, man, somewhere around Devastation. Having that wind share, having the grounding as a healer, like, offers a lot. It's gonna sneak into the A tier, barely. Windwalker, dude. I think Windwalker is another spec. It's in a good spot. It's not too crazy though. It's not too crazy, but it's in a good spot where it can do a lot of bursts. They're more tanky now than they used to be before. They were very squishy. But yeah, it was a patch a while ago where they got more tanky. I would have it like middle, like around kind of Unholy DK territory, I think, guys. If you asked me like a few months ago, I would say Mistweaver is the second best healer. Right now, maybe 2 months ago I would say that. Right now, I think Holy Paladin might be that. I think it's better than Arsham. I think it's similar to Disc. Similar. Fistweaver, Castweaver. I think I'm just gonna put like right above Disc Priest, man. Maybe like this. Fury Warrior, dude. Not amazing. Okay, definitely not amazing. Like, you don't really see any Fury Warriors actually making moves right now. Like, it's just not doing it. I think it's one of the worst specs. Yeah, I'll put it here next to Enhance, man. Arms Warrior, guys. Arms is strong. Arms is really good. Second most played melee by most metrics in Shuffle. It's really good. I think it's the second best melee as well, behind DH. I think I'm gonna put it like next to Ellie Shaman. Right about here. Right about there. They're really good. I feel like maybe Demo is a little bit too high. Like, maybe should I be bumped down like this? Guys, now it's time for Druid. All right, our Druid is going S tier, okay? Our Druid is going S tier. There's no way around it. There's just no way around it, guys. I mean, it's the most played healer. You face it in every bracket. It's really, really good. To be fair, they got nerfed a bit. Like, they actually now and stuff, which is nice, but they're still insane. Boomy, I actually have Boom myself. I actually played a little bit of Boomy Shuffles. I think Boomy's pretty solid. Similar to Frost Mage, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere here. It's in the A tier. It's in the A tier, though. Guys, last but not least, Feral Druid. You know me, I'm unbiased, of course. No biases going on here, of course. I've not seen us have this bad representation in years. We're getting trained down every lobby, no matter what, no matter who's in the lobby. There could be a Windwalker, an Rogue, a Desert Warlock. Every game, automatically, you're going Feral, right? There's not even a question. Like, let's say there's a DK, a Warrior, and an Rogue in a Feral Gen lobby. It's not even a question. Or say it's a Hunter, a Windwalker, and a Warrior, or any combination of melee, or even any combination of casters. Feral is often still the main target, right? If you're really good at cloning, you can still make it work really well. Or you can make it work. We're going here. I would say like a bit high, yeah, higher end of the B tier, guys. And that's where it's going.